Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The War Report with Luke McBride. And today I'm going to be doing my prediction for the upcoming undisputed heavyweight title fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Now, I can't remember the last time, to be honest with you, that there was a fight of this magnitude where it was more of a 50-50. And when I say that, what I mean is not even so much in terms of I can see an equal shot of either guy winning. It's just the amount of different ways that I can see either guy winning, and the amount of different possible ways that it can go, the amount of different approaches that they can take. There's not really been an equivalent to it, to be honest, that I can think of. The closest thing really would have been the Bivol Beterbiev fight, probably, but even that, you kind of know what you're going to get from each fighter. So yeah, I'm really obviously intrigued by this one, and I'll say, without wanting to make this sound like I'm sitting on the fence or making excuses already going into it, I'd say I don't even necessarily know. If I recorded this video 2 days ago, I would have had a different prediction of this probably. That's the type of fight that I'm talking about. But all things considered, I think I've finally settled on the way I think the fight's going to go, and yeah, that's what I'll be discussing today. So the way that I see the fight playing out personally, I think that Oleksandr Usyk's going to win, and I actually, honestly, think he might even pull a stoppage late on in the fight. And I think it'll all come down to work rate. It'll all come down to accumulation. I think the reality is that, you know, okay, neither guy's really faced anyone similar to who they're about to face. But having said that, the way that Fury seems to be coming into this fight, and obviously for all we know, this could be mind games. That would be classic Tyson Fury. But the way it comes across is that he's looking to come in a bit lighter. He's looking to go back to maybe more of the style that we saw against Klitschko, or maybe even slightly the first Wilder fight. And the reality is that against either of those two guys, it did work, it did the job, but he kind of really did the bare minimum to win each of those rounds that he won. Um, I don't think he really won either of those fights maybe as widely as a lot of people like to make out. I mean, maybe the Klitschko one to an extent, but regardless, even if you give him every single round, you can't really say that he absolutely, cruised his way to every single round. It was more a case that he just did slightly more than the opponent to win, and that isn't going to cut it against Usyk. Usyk's probably got the highest output, the biggest gas tank of any heavyweight in history, to be honest, I'd say. I've never seen anything like it myself. I mean, the amount of punches that he throws, the relentlessness, it's just, I don't think Fury is going to be able to keep up with it, to be honest, throughout the course of the 12 rounds. And this whole talk of, oh, Fury's going to impose his size and lean on him and everything, that's easier said than done. It's one thing doing that against Wilder, who's kind of flat-footed, or against Dylan White, who's flat-footed, but a guy as slippery as Usyk, it's really not that simple to just, say, okay, I'm going to lean on you now. You got to get to him first. And yeah, I think the best comparison I can think of is that I think the fight might play out slightly similar to Lomachenko against Haney, where there's one guy that's clearly a lot bigger than the other, who's looking to maybe use his jab and yeah, move around a bit, but he's not as quick as the other guy, the smaller man. And the smaller man's also more relentless and with his assault really, and more varied with what he's going to be able to bring to that assault. Um, and yeah, I mean, I personally thought Lomachenko won the fight, but the thing is with Lomachenko, he didn't press the issue as much as I think Usyk is liable to do. I think that's the biggest difference between the two, obviously, regardless of size. But if you scaled each one to the same size, I think that Usyk's got more of that sort of relentlessness that he will see it through to the bitter end, whereas Lomachenko has more of a habit of resting on his laurels. Um, the other thing that I think people haven't really mentioned enough is just the possibility or the likelihood of Fury's cut above his right eye opening up again. I mean, from some of the pictures that I've seen of him, it doesn't look like it's actually completely healed anyway. I mean, really, it wasn't actually that long ago. If you think it was start of February, I think, when the cut opened up, when the previous fight got cancelled. So yeah, all it will take is a grazing jab from Usyk to just rip that thing open again. And I mean, it's hard enough to see Usyk and see where the punches are coming from with perfect vision, let alone with blood pouring into your eyes. So yeah, honestly, that's the prediction I'm going to settle on. I think Usyk just, I think he just does everything that Fury's always been praised for being a big guy who's light on his feet, who can just dance around the ring and is so technically gifted. All those things being true, they're just more true for Usyk. And there's other factors like the output, the variety, the combination punching. So yeah, I think we're going to see Fury on the canvas at some point. I think another factor as well is if Fury has lost all this weight, like it sort of seems to be the case. On one hand, it should make him a bit lighter, but it doesn't necessarily make you quicker. I mean, we saw Andy Ruiz against Chris Arreola. What happened to him when he lost the weight, and it kind of zaps you with a little bit of your energy. You know, it's not like losing muscle. If you lose the fat, it's not the same thing. So I think Fury, to be honest, shouldn't have been looking to come in so light. I think he should have gone for the advantages that he has with the extra weight. Maybe not to the full extent of the weight we saw against Ngannou, but yeah, I'd say probably like second Wilder fight. That version of Fury is what you should be looking for. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to see a big difference in speed in terms of footwork and hand speed, everything, all forms of speed. Really, I think that's going to be the biggest difference. Speed and relentlessness. I think what's going to win Usyk this fight. But yeah, let me know what you think. Like I say, if you asked me a week ago, I'd have probably said Fury's going to outpoint him. So yeah, but this is where I seem to be heading. So I will see you guys on the flip side.